Lots of times you would rent a game back in the day and you were stuck with it for the weekend. Maybe it was good, maybe it wasn't, but the next day you would go to school and tell your friends about it and they'd be like, you actually enjoyed that game?
Wait, you had friends back in the day?
Oh, come on, I had a Nintendo, a Game Boy, of course I had friends. One might even say I was popular.
Head of the class, I'm popular, I'm a quarterback, I'm popular.
Oh my god, please stop singing Not a Surf. Can we get back on topic?
If we must.
Hey guys, I'm Russly, and this is my co-host, Rob.
Greetings, Internet.
And welcome to Top 3 Tuesday, where we're breaking down
the top 3 unpopular NES games that are actually good.
Top 3 Tuesday.
There's lots of games that could have made this list, but I wanted to start off with one that I only just recently played and was able to complete, and that is...
Number 3!
Faxanadu is an action role-playing platformer video game developed by Hudson Soft. The player-controlled protagonist of Faxanadu is an unnamed wanderer who returns home. He has no name, though in the Japanese version, it allows the player to choose one.
Well, sounds like the Japanese version is already better.
Yeah, seems like we got robbed on that feature. I'll agree there. The game begins when he approaches Ilios, his hometown, after an absence to find it in despair and virtually abandoned. Worse still, the town is under attack by dwarfs. You can see it has some similarities to Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. Faxanadu is a side-scrolling action role-playing game, sometimes classified as a Metroidvania, and players guide the hero through a screen-by-screen series of fields, towns, and dungeons. The hero can walk, jump, and climb ladders, and along the way he may also purchase usable items with gold, equipment, and use blade weapons against enemies, equipped armor, and catch magic projectiles. Pretty cool. In addition, he can access information regarding the game's events by speaking with townsfolk or by consulting other sources.
Too bad he didn't have a robot companion that knows it all.
Well, everyone can't be so lucky, Rob. I spent a good amount of time live streaming this one, and I was happy to say that I did finally complete it. I think it falls into the unpopular realm because it was just overshadowed by Zelda and Final Fantasy being the bigger franchises. Kids that played this were probably because it was left at the rental store when the other two were already rented out. Well, I'm glad I could shed more light on this game. It's a pretty fun one that people overlook.
Most people overlook me, but it's more due to the fact that I'm only a foot tall.
Yes, and that's why I had to make this stand so you could sit next to me.
Well, are you handy?
I am. Have you seen how many DIY videos are on this channel?
Calculating. Precisely 129 videos.
Huh. Thanks, Rob. Well, coming in at number 2.
Number 2!
This next game was based off a movie released in 1988 with mixed reviews, but it got an NES game.
They basically just made anything into an NES game in the 80s.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. But the game I'm talking about is Willow. Willow is a 1989 2D action role-playing game developed and published by Capcom for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It is loosely based on the 1988 film of the same name. Willow is an adventure game in the vain style of Legend of Zelda.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Okay, so I have a type. So what? The player takes control of Willow, who wages a battle against evil, wielding swords, shields, magic spells, and items to defeat enemies. The game contains some role-playing video game elements, as Willow gains experience and levels up from defeating enemies in real-time combat. And rather than battery saving like Legend of Zelda, it uses a password system to save the game. Some might fault the game for this, but this made it a great rental title back in the day, because with Zelda, someone could save over your game. So when you go to rent it the next week, your game file is gone and you have to start all over.
Good thing I have a battery backup for my memory.
Oh, that reminds me, I gotta change your battery pretty soon. As for reviews on this game, Family Computer Magazine gave it a score of 21 out of 30, and OneUp.com called it a rather poor game inspired by The Legend of Zelda. While yes, it is inspired by The Legend of Zelda, but wouldn't you want your game modeled after one of the most successful franchises for Nintendo? Well, before we get to my number 1, I wanted to bring up some of the comments that you guys said about unpopular games that you actually enjoy.
Bringing up the comments.
Thanks, Rob. Retro Card Collector. I have a nostalgic love for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I used to rent it all the time and always enjoyed it. Even though I never knew what I was doing in it, I know it's not a good game, I still enjoy it to this day. Retro Patronum. I always loved Snake, Rattle, and Roll. Such a fun and underrated game. JRit2865. Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout. It was one of the handful of games we had for the system, so it was a necessary play. Super nostalgic, and I will always play this game with a smile on my face for that reason. Bloody Bones 0827. Dragon Spirit. It's a great top-down shooter in which you are a dragon. I discovered it a few years ago. Lots of fun to play. Purge and Splurge Thrifting, and they gave us a mini review. Kickle Cubicle is a gem a lot of people don't know about. Awesome puzzle game where you have to play in 4 different lands, beat the bosses, and then go on to 30 harder levels. So it definitely has a lot of playability, not just a quick short one. Awesome graphics for NES, and I believe the game was produced by IREM. Also, the music pairs well with the game and does it justice. Price-wise too, this one's going for about $21.50, so it's a better budget title as well. Sweet, thanks for the review. And thanks for the comments. If you guys want to see your comments in next week's video, be sure to leave one down below.
And hit that subscribe button and notification bell.
Excellent, now that that's out of the way.
Receiving transmission. Receiving transmission.
Okay, put him through, Rob.
Hey Russ, how's it going, man?
Oh, hey Rob, how's it going?
His name is Rob too. I like this guy already.
Yeah, I heard you were talking about some unpopular NES games.
Oh yeah, did you have one that you wanted to showcase?
Oh, do I ever. The game that might be a little bit unpopular, but I think is amazing, is Bionic Commando.
Oh, no way, I just beat that one. Sweet.
What's up, my dudes? Rob here from Retro Hunters, and the NES game that might be a little bit unpopular, but that I think is amazing, is Bionic Commando, and there's 3 reasons why. Number 1, there's no jump button, and so when you're trying to get around the stages and platform, you have to use the arm to kind of grab onto things and swing yourself around. It's really cool, very different, and maybe makes you feel like Spider-Man. I don't know. It's really awesome. I love it. Number 2 is the stage select screen was also really interesting and different. It was almost this turn-based strategy vibe where you're trying to figure out how to get to certain levels and get certain items while avoiding the enemy or trying to engage the enemy at a certain time. It's really cool. It's a different kind of concept and adds that strategic element that was really fun. And lastly, the 3rd reason is at the end of the game, spoilers, Hitler's head explodes. So I feel like that's a concept we can all get behind. Hey, thanks for having me. Stay retro, and back to you, Russell.
Oh wow, that was a great pick, Rob. Thanks for showing us.
You had me at robotic arm.
Yeah, I figured you liked that part. Alright, switching it up from the last 2 genres of my games. This one is based off of another 80s iconic movie.
Number 1.
The Goonies.
No, that game sucks. We're talking about the mass killer of the 80s, Jason Voorhees, and Friday the 13th.
Ooh, that certainly is an unpopular NES game.
I know, but hear me out. Friday the 13th is a video game developed by Atlas and published by LGN for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
The dreaded Rainbow of Death.
Yeah, but it's got some things going for it. Based on the horror franchise of the same name, players control counselors at Camp Crystal Lake as they attempt to defeat Jason Voorhees. The game has received generally negative reviews, with criticism centered on its high difficulty and poor gameplay. But revisiting this game today, with a new look and better understanding of how the game works, I think people can enjoy this one. There are only 2 camp counselors you should be using, and that's Mark and Chrissy. And you need to find the torch as soon as possible in order to take Jason down.
I would just find the car and drive the heck out of there. Sorry, kids, you're on your own.
Real nice, Rob. While fighting him in the cabin is fine in day 1, by the time you get to day 3, Jason is too fast in the cabin, and you need to fight him on the path. I also love the atmosphere of this game. They do a great job with the location. You have the regular path you're walking on, and you can visit the caves to explore. Travel on a rowboat on the lake, and then inside the cabin where it switches views.
The music itself is also pretty creepy.
I know. Yes, that certainly has an eerie vibe to it, and it certainly captures that horror aspect on the 8-bit NES game, and does it pretty well. Yeah, it didn't do a great job of explaining how to play and win in the game manual. But like I said, there's guides everywhere today that you can check out and figure that out. Like this one, How to Beat Friday the 13th the Easy Way. Oh wow, look, I'm in this book too.
Great photo.
Thanks, Rob. Now again, this was my list of NES unpopular games that I enjoyed, but I'd love to hear what would have made your list.
So be sure to leave a comment down below letting us know.
And if you want to see how it took me 30 years to beat Bionic Commando, check out this video right here. It was a long journey for sure, but it's a great watch, so click on the video and check it out. As always, I'm Russ Lyman.
And I'm Rob.
And keep your world fun bit by bit. We'll see you next video.